We will be free! For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order!
Okay, here we go. Here is the question. Which of the following terms is often applied particularly in the case of learned or professional associations to distinguish the voting body of delegates of a convention? This should be pretty easy, I think. A, conference. B, convention. C, General Assembly. Or D, House of Delegates.
My problem is I'm much better at seeing things written, you know, and I'm having trouble following the question. So would you say it again?
Okay. Which of the following terms is often applied particularly in the case of learned or professional associations to distinguish the voting body of delegates of a convention? A, conference. B, convention. C, General Assembly. Or D, House of Delegates.
I have no freaking idea. I was going to say convention, but they already said convention. And the question says convention.
Would you believe the answer is House of Delegates?
I would never have gotten that. I would have never have gotten that. So I don't feel bad.
I was thinking it would be...
I was going to say General Assembly would have been my next guess.
That's like a legislature, but yeah. Okay, the reference is page 600, which is
you got to give me like a chapter or section. Or...
Chapter 19, Convention, section 50.
Okay, I see here. Other term, okay, you're going to say it, but anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
The term House of Delegates or House of Representatives is often applied particularly in the case of learned or professional associations. Insert laughter here because we know how Congress is and how state legislatures are. They're not very learned at all or professional at all. To distinguish the voting body of delegates from large numbers of other members of the constituent units who come to the convention to attend seminars, workshops, educational or social activities, or the like. I'll keep reading. In some societies also, House of Delegates or House of Representatives may describe a body of delegates who, instead of being elected only for a convention session, are elected for a fixed term during which they hold the sessions from time to time as the bylaws may prescribe.
Interesting.
So they're describing this as it would parallel an actual legislature.
Yeah, I never would have. And for the audience, it's 58-2 in the new one. And you want to know where I got a little confused is there's probably two ways to pronounce the word, but when you said learned, I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I think I would have said learned. I think then learned. I think learned is a verb when you pronounce it that way, and learned is an adjective.
That's a fair point.
I'm not sure. That could just be the way I'm used to it. Okay, well, that's to me useless. I'll know. It'll watch it be on the next test. But yeah.
Here's part of the paragraph right above that. The most common type of convention is that of an established state or national society in which the delegates are selected by and from among the members of each local unit. The other terms by which such a convention may be described in some organizations include Congress, conference, convocation, General Assembly, House of Delegates, and House of Representatives.
So I guess what they were saying, because so those answers were all, that's why General Assembly made sense to me, but it's the learned or professional associations that have the hoity-toity term.
So here's the question. If they use that term for a legislative body, like a House of Representatives or a House of Delegates, Virginia, when do they become learned and professional? Because frankly, they kind of suck.
Fever! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray, all opposed. You say nay, opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.